Welcome to Repertoire Wednesday with my dad, Dr. Joe Tranquilla.
Thanks, Everett. Today we're going to take a look at Tread Softly by Benjamin Bolden. And I'm joined by my good friend, Rob Workman, to discuss the music. Rob is an accomplished conductor and singer. He is a member of the Vancouver Chamber Choir. He sung with the Schooner Cove Singers, and he's the co-conductor with myself of a new ensemble called Ensemble 2021. Thanks so much for joining us for Repertoire Wednesday. Welcome, Rob.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
So, Rob, you have a particular connection to this piece of music, which is why I wanted to sort of get your input in particular. But I chose this piece to launch today because this Sunday is Mother's Day, and the text of this piece really does resonate with themes of parenthood and looking ahead to future generations and the responsibility that parents have, but that we all have to sort of look around us. And so that really seemed to be fitting for this week. How does this text sort of speak to you in particular?
Yeah, I really like what Benjamin Bolden says. He has a little post note at the end of the bottom of the score where he talks a little bit about his inspiration behind the piece. That's a lovely little insight. And he mentions a TED Talk that he attended or listened to, in which the speaker discussed the importance of educating children in a way that focuses on letting them be true to themselves and in a way that really honors their dreams. It's something that actually connects with me quite a bit because growing up, my parents always were very focused and constantly reminded me and my sister saying, whatever you want to do, follow your dreams. We grew up in a very musical family, and they said you can, and if you put your heart into it, you will be able to make a career out of it. Just follow your dreams. And it's because of that I am where I am, and that I did decide to pursue music. So it's a really I feel really connected to it in that way. Definitely feel connected also because I was fortunate enough to sing in the premiere of this at Podium in 2016 with the National Youth Choir of Canada.
Absolutely. So Podium is the conference that takes place every other year, and it's one of the main events for Choral Canada, which is the Association of the Canadian Choral Communities. And so each time the Podium conference happens, one of the highlights of that conference is the performance of the National Youth Choir of Canada. How does this piece work well?
Yeah, absolutely. There is I think, a delicate art to being able to set music that is accessible and a little bit simpler in harmonic and melodic content in a beautiful and meaningful way. And I think this piece encapsulate that style of composing really, really well. One of the things that he does well here is transitions between the more serene parts of the piece, and then when we get into those bigger, more sweeping motions with the expanding range, they don't just come out of nowhere, but they're brought in delicately. And so, for example, going into rehearsal B, where we go just after the half light, and then we get the altos coming up on this eighth note passage, and then suddenly there's eighth notes everywhere and they just kind of blossom out of each other. It's just really beautiful writing.
When working on this music, there are some things probably that the conductor needs to keep front of mind. What would you say as a conductor that you would want to really impress upon the singers?
Yeah, a few things come to mind. First one for me is actually something general for any piece, especially that starts pianissimo, is remembering the difference between quiet and weak or airy. Something that can really help ground the singers is to actually have them sing those opening passages just with their full voice, louder dynamic. Don't worry about the piano right from the get-go. Once it's in the body, then you can take a step back, use that same core sound so that it sounds supported and still has some strength to it, but it's at the same time delicate and the desired dynamic level.
This piece is published by Cypress Choral Music and is a part of the Canadian Chamber Choir series for accomplished choirs. For details on how to order this music and to check out more great repertoire, be sure to visit cypresschoral.com. The CCC series is one of several great collections curated by outstanding Canadian choral conductors. Huge thanks to Rob Workman for joining me today, and that'll be all for now. See you next Wednesday for more great Canadian repertoire.
Thanks for listening.